We are making a delicious beef stew in slow cooker. So if you like that tender beef that melts in your mouth and it's easy to make, this is the recipe for you. Now when it comes to slow cook recipes, I always recommend you to go big because you can always freeze it if, let's say, there are any leftovers. And in this situation, I've got here 2.5 kilograms of beef chuck. This is perfect for slow cooking, but you can definitely go with other cuts. Just ask your butcher. And I'm gonna start by seasoning the meat. We're starting with salt, and we're gonna go quite heavily with salt, about 1 tablespoon, I would say. And I've got freshly cracked black pepper. Again, I'm gonna be using about 1/4 tablespoon. And after you adding your seasoning, make sure that you coat it in that seasoning so it covers the meat all the way around. Now set the pan on high heat, and now we want to give color to this beef, getting it nice and golden brown in color, because by giving it color, we also gonna increase that flavor, you know, it's gonna taste so much better. And I see recipes that skip this step, and I'm like, what are you doing? 1 tablespoon of oil, or you can use fat. And now make sure that you don't overcrowd the pan, because first of all, it will cool down the pan, and you know, your meat, instead of searing at high temperature, it will start boiling in its own juice. But also you want to make sure that you have enough space in the pan so you can flip your meat, you know, giving it that nice color. Now our beef is all done. We're getting it all into the slow cooker, and keep the pan because we're gonna use it in the next stage of cooking. And for the second stage of cooking, we've got here 7 rashers of smoked bacon. And it's important to be smoked, in my opinion, because it gives an amazing flavor to our stew. Yes, you can use lardons, yes, you can use pancetta, but in the end, what we want is get that fat from the bacon and get that smokiness. And this will give us just that. And while we are preparing a nice selection of vegetables, we can get the bacon on the heat to slowly extract that fat and get that flavor exactly as we want it. And yes, I'm using exactly the same pan where I cooked the beef because there is plenty of flavor in there. And let's start with the onion. I've got here 3 large white onions, and I'm cutting these into larger cubes because for our stew, this works perfectly well. I still want to have some sort of texture at the end of the slow cooking process from the onion, so it doesn't completely blend into the sauce. I've got here 6 carrots, and if let's say we have some chunkier ones, I'm just gonna split them into half, and then go again, slightly chunkier. Celery, I have here about 6 celery sticks. And 2 red peppers. These are nice and sweet, but you can always use bell peppers if you don't have these available. I just find that these have a better flavor and they bring a bit extra sweetness into the dish. Last but not least, something really important in my opinion, garlic. And I have here 8 cloves of garlic, and I know it looks a lot, but whilst you're cooking it, you know, in that slow cooking process, you're gonna lose a lot of its strength, so you're not gonna feel it as strong. Just crush it. I'm gonna chop it smaller than the rest of the ingredients, but I'm not gonna mince it finely. You can if you want, but I feel like it's not needed. You know, during that long cooking process, it's gonna become pretty much invisible in our stew. Our bacon looks amazing, and it's gonna go now straight over the beef. And now, of course, I can't fit all my vegetables in one go, so I'm gonna cook these in batches, giving it just a bit of color because they're gonna taste so much better instead of like just dropping them straight into the slow cooker. Just gonna increase my heat to high and maybe just add a bit of extra oil, not much. And I know it looks like we've got so many vegetables here, and you're probably right. But during that slow cooking process, some of them will blend into the sauce and it will also shrink during the cooking process. Now with my second batch of vegetables, I also want to get in 2 tablespoons of plain flour or all-purpose flour. Obviously, if you cook all your vegetables together, there is no first batch or second batch. It's just finding a pan big enough that can fit all the vegetables, and I don't have one. And the reason we're adding the flour is to thicken the sauce when we're adding it to the pot. But before adding it to the pot, we want to cook it slightly for about 2 minutes. Now a really important step here, I'm adding 1 can of Guinness. These will also help deglazing this pan, and the Guinness will give such a distinct flavor to our stew. If you want, you can replace this with red wine, and you're probably worried about the alcohol content, but during that slow, long cooking process, most of it will evaporate. Now in the slow cooker, I'm also adding about 4 tablespoons of tomato paste, Worcestershire sauce, and I think this works amazingly well with stews. I'm just gonna go with about 3 tablespoons. Sweet paprika, about half tablespoon. Few sprigs of thyme, and I have here 2, 4, 6 bay leaves. And last but not least, really important, chicken stock. I've got here 1 liter of chicken stock. Some people prefer beef stock, but what I would say, whether you choose one or the other, don't add plain water. Now, the slow cooking process doesn't require that much liquid. It's not like when you're boiling something. So we're only adding 800 milliliters of chicken stock to begin with. If we're gonna need more, we can add more later on. This will also depend a lot how much sauce you want in there, how saucy you want this stew to be. Now lid on, and we're gonna set the temperature of our slow cooker to high, which high in slow cooking means simmering temperature. And we're gonna cook this for about 4 hours, but after about 3.5 hours, make sure you check your beef. If it's tender enough, then your beef stew is ready.